What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a new video. I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're having an awesome day whenever you guys catch this video. In today's video, we've got another addition to our little video series that we got on the channel, where people can leave suggestions, leave topics that they'd like to see us talk about on the channel. We've got another one today posted over on YouTube. Someone has left a comment for us that we're going to read, and get into the topic as this video suggests, of course. But listen, if you guys would like to see your own topic spoken about in a video, covered, or something you're personally interested in, something that's going on around the world, feel free to leave a suggestion down below and we can definitely jump into it. I'll talk to you guys over there, say like, hey, I'm cool with this, I'm down to do a video on it, or like, we can talk about it and see what happens. But listen, you know how these videos go. We read the comment, we jump into it, and obviously I've got a little research that I've done, of course, and we're going to jump into that. And then overall, I'll give my thoughts at the end. So we can get into it now. Let's go read the comment and see what the submission is for today. So one of the viewers has left a comment on one of my previous videos about YouTube making this change where like guest mode wasn't working because like you couldn't log in and stuff like that. You couldn't watch videos on YouTube without a guest account. I don't know if the situation is resolved. I think it has been, because for some reason I tried the other day and it seemed to be working. I'm not sure for anybody else around the world. You guys must let me know. But listen, getting into the comment, this one is from Cal. I'm just gonna call it Cal for short because it's a very long name and I'm sorry, I don't want to like butcher the pronunciation or anything. But listen, the question that reads here, or the submission I should say, is saying a video on how shorts affect long form videos would be cool. Someone else was also saying how shorts lowered their long form videos and some channels have died from this. I know for a fact it affected me. My views have dropped. I mainly create shorts now as my long form is terrible now. Cheers, mate. So listen, we're going to get into this now, okay? So when I got that submission, thank you for the submission, of course, Cal. I appreciate it. It's a very interesting topic to talk about, especially as someone who creates videos on this platform, whether you're a consumer, from the consumer side of YouTube, or if you're someone that's posting videos. It is very interesting to think about how many videos of like shorts you watch compared to like long form videos. You guys must let me know down in the comment section below which way you guys lean to more. Have you felt that like you don't watch long form videos as much as you do now that short form has become so popular and being popularized by applications like TikTok and stuff like that? You guys must let me know. But listen, I'm going to jump straight into the discovery part, or I should say the research part I did of this. Let's jump into that and we can go on from there. So I was interested in the topic and I asked Google, how has YouTube Shorts affected long form content? Because I was curious on, what the correlation was between shorts and long form content and what is really going on. And it says here in the description, or in the explanation, it says YouTube Shorts have significantly altered the long form content landscape, often causing a reduction in engagement, with some studies showing a mean decrease of over 740,000 views per channel. While shorts boost subscriber counts and discoverability, they frequently attract an audience uninterested in longer videos, leading to lower click-through rates, which is called a CTR, and in some cases cannibalizing, well, that's a strong word, cannibalizing views and revenue. And onwards it says key impacts of YouTube Shorts on long form content include declining engagement, audience disconnect, algorithmic confusion, monetization shift, and content strategy shift. And then goes on saying, despite these challenges, some creators successfully use shorts to increase overall channel visibility, treating them as a top of the funnel marketing tool to attract new subscribers. So this is all according to YouTube's breakdown about this whole thing, And I'm very interested, and I'm very thankful that Cal actually submitted to this. So thank you very much for that. Because I'm also interested in the topic to talk about, because as someone who uploads, content and things like that to YouTube, I do notice how many of my shorts are more overall, I guess you could say, interacted with in terms of views. Now, a lot of people, through traffic on the algorithm, they get fed the videos through shorts. Now, I'm someone personally, I will stand on this, that I personally like longer form videos, especially with certain topics that I like to talk about, where it's, long explanations, in-depth discussions, things like that. I understand that there is a place for shorts, because shorts can be, I think, like a maximum of 3 minutes, and there are certain like tutorials or certain things you can fit into a shorts length video. But like it said in the breakdown, I should say, that how it's affected long form content because of certain things, like people might come across your short and be interested in what you're saying, but they're not necessarily going to go watch a long form video. Like that's how most of my content is done. I do a short form version of my content, of my video or something, and I do a long form one because I can't fit obviously everything I want to say into a short form video like below 3 minutes. Some things obviously require more explanation. Some things I like to go in depth with because I feel like a lot of topics you can talk about. There's a lot of things you can cover, and I like talking about all the different aspects about certain things. But the short form is just to, like it says there, to boost engagements, to get your channel out there, for people to interact with it and see, oh, hey, I'm coming across this guy. Let me go see his channel. Let me go see his long form content. How often does that happen? And it does say that there's overall, like apparently, according to some studies, over 740,000 views decrease over some channels. And that's insane, because previously, YouTube was just like long form content. Previously you had to like reach a certain video limit that you have to make in order to like consider it as a video, and everything like that. And obviously that's how you monetize your video and get ads and certain things like that. Nowadays, I'm not so sure like how everything works. I have to actually go check on everything specifically. But like Cal said as well, these short form content, shorts and stuff like that, affect the long term, the long form videos, I should say, over the long term, I should say as well. Because the thing is, if you have an audience, for example, that's not, you're not building an audience. You don't really have an audience that is sticking with you, uploading your uploaded videos, your long form videos, that's coming back to check, oh hey, he's posted a new video, let me go check what he has to talk about. These are like not random people, you could say random, but these are just people that is being fed your videos, your shorts. Like you may have a YouTube short, for example, that blows up, that does very well, that maybe does like 10,000 views. Like that would be a lot in my opinion, from my standpoint. But if you get 10,000 views on a short, and how many of those viewers go over, to your long form videos? That's where the shorts kind of take over the long form videos, because the shorts is kind of fed to you. I've spoken about this in a lot of videos, about content and like long form or short form, the content creation space. And that's why like I never thought I would make the jump to like TikTok, because I'm not anti like shorts or anti short form content, but it's just I prefer doing a long form video style, having a proper like conversation and talking about a lot of things and having kind of my thoughts, I would say, kind of like spaced out and more freely spoken with, because I feel like in like a short or something, it's got to be so hyper, like sped up. Like I don't know, you guys have seen the shorts, for example, that are like sped up, and obviously people have done studies on like not viewer retention, but I should say attention spans, how short form content is affecting people like that also in that regard, not just with long form videos, that effect that the shorts has. But it's a very interesting topic to talk about. And like I said, I think the short form content affecting long form content is the fact that people are running into your short form content more, but are not maybe interested to hear you talk like 8-9 minutes, on a topic that you might have covered in a short form video. They're like, oh, that's all I wanted to hear. I don't know how many of you like have sat through like long podcasts, or long videos that speak about things in terms of like the editing as well. Like that's another thing you have to think about, is when you have videos that have like little to no editing, I should say. Because you just like, especially for my videos, like I'm going to talk about me now, because this is a video or a creator that I can think of off the top of my head, obviously is me. My videos aren't hyperly edited, over, what's the word I'm looking for, man? I'm getting lost a little bit. My videos aren't overly edited, I should say, like hyper edits and everything. There's a lot going on the screen. It's more of just me talking to you guys, and you can like put the video on, for example, leave it in your car while you're driving, or at least more of a podcast form video. Sometimes I do put visual references on the screen, but a lot of the short form content doesn't work like that. A lot of short form content is, oh, look at this thing on the screen, and there's a lot happening on the screen. There's subtitles flashing in your face. You're busy reading it, So the scene is constantly switching. There's a lot of animation happening in the background or the foreground, or there's something being played while someone's talking. It's a lot of stimulation. That is a good way to put it, in my opinion. There's a lot of stimulation going on in the short form content, and you kind of like being like, wow, while you watch, like, whoa, oh my word, and then you scroll to the next one, and then you go to the next one, and the ones you're not interested in, you just skip past. But however, in a long form video, you've got to sit there and like watch. Even if you don't watch it, you can like listen to my videos just purely audibly. You don't have to like see anything on screen, but you have to like listen to me talk for like like long, you know, like 9 minutes, depends on the topic obviously I'm talking about. I think my longest video was like 20 minutes nearly. So that's a very different ball game you're playing with the short form versus long form, you know. And how YouTube pushes that out is its own algorithm push thing that they do, you know. I don't know how that all works. I'm just trying to look at it from a content perspective, you know. The feedback that I get from seeing how videos perform and everything like that. Sometimes a long form video will blow up, you know. Like I have the video on YouTube and the video on the Grok AI situation that did really well in terms of it being long form, you know. And it's kind of ironic that I'm doing a long form video on and a short form video on this while we're talking about this topic. But it just you'll see like what happens. And also as a creator, you can see your viewer retention. So that basically means like how long you can see how long people watch your video before they like go off. And that's another thing that people consider, you know, is that they've got to commit maybe like let's say 10 to 15 minutes watching or listening to this guy speak. Whereas like in a short format, you know, like a short form format, they can just hear quickly what this guy has to say, you know, 1 to 2 minutes or 2 to 3 minutes or whatever, and just hear what he has to say and then move along swiftly. Sometimes it takes longer to say things, you know, and I feel like having like a conversation and talking in public and things like that, that's like a whole another thing that's what I like about long form content, you know. Oh, sorry. The fact that we've got this whole space to talk and for me to express my thoughts freely and feel like I'm having a real conversation, you know. Because I think live streaming is also cool. That's another extension part of it, but that's not got to do with uploads, you know. That's a whole separate thing. But listen, I hope I could answer that question well enough, you know. Thank you, Cal, for the submission. Like I said, guys, if you would like to see a video on a topic you guys are interested in, you guys can leave a suggestion below. And yeah, I just want to wrap up my final thoughts. This video is already very long, and like, you know, we're talking about viewer retention right now. I don't know who's all making it to the end of this video, but if you are, type something. Type red, because I'm wearing the sweater. Say I like red or something red related. But yeah, I've seen YouTubers there, so that's a professional YouTube move. But yeah, my overall thoughts, like I said, on how short form affects long form, you know, regardless of what Google is saying. I think the fact is, like I said, the stimulation and the fact that the shorts are quicker to access, you know. It's much easier to go through 30 shorts in 10 minutes or like 40 shorts in 10 minutes or whatever versus sitting in one video for 10 minutes, like focused on that video, you know. But I feel like a lot of people, especially if they find something that they're interested in, they will watch, you know, long form content videos, because obviously long form is still like, you know, it's still doing well. But like the content creators and the people in the space that are like the top professionals and the analysts and everything like that, they know that the shorts form content has blown up like crazy. So, you know, you can't take that away. I mean, you can look at TikTok, for example. Most of the stuff you come across on TikTok is short form, you know. Some videos are like, you know, a minute. And we can even talk about, if you really want to talk about something that's like crazy, is that like, let me know in the comment section below when last you've come across a video on TikTok, because I post long form videos on TikTok as well. I don't know how many people watch like all the way to the end, but how many people or how many of you guys have watched a long form content video on TikTok, you know, like all the way to the end, or maybe it's like 8 or 9 minutes and you just sat there and you didn't scroll, you know. I think that scrolling, you know, that movement and everything like that versus just putting on a video and sitting. Maybe if you're eating or whatever, you can put something on like that. But yeah, I feel like it's a very deep topic to talk about, you know, something I'd like to talk about on streams or whatever, and hear what the chat has to say, hear what other people have to say, and hear other people's input. So feel free, like I said, to comment down below any your thoughts and your opinions on this video. This is a very long one, guys. So yeah, I want to make sure I take my time with answering these type of videos, and and especially with like some video submissions, you know, I take my fullest attention and what I want to hit, every detail that I want to hit. Obviously, you know, like I said, you can talk about any topic for hours, you know, for long periods of time. You can leave this topic and come back and have a new idea, or something new might pop up and you'll be like, oh, I see now why this is like this. But yeah, I just wanted to answer this in this video. So guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Enough talking for now, you know. Yeah, make sure you guys subscribe as well. I'm almost on 100 subscribers. We're about to do a Q&A on this. I don't know if anybody's watching to the end, but yeah, I'm wanting to do a Q&A at 100 subscribers. So let me know your thoughts on the topic below. Take care. Much love. Thank you for all this support and everything like that. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.